Let me ask you something nobody ever asks. Not how much money do you make, not how much do you have saved, but this: are you controlling your money, or is your money controlling you? Because here is the truth that changes everything. Money is not just a number, it is a position, a level in a structure that most people live inside their entire lives without ever knowing it exists. Right now, you are standing on one of 5 levels, and that level is deciding everything: what you can afford, what you cannot, who holds power over your life, and who does not. The people at the top know this structure, they study it, they use it. The people at the bottom have never been told it exists. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where you stand, you will understand what is trapping you there, and you will know precisely what it costs to move up. Because staying where you are is not neutral. It is a decision made by default every single day. Let us begin. Level 1, the TRAPPD stage. This is where survival is the only strategy. Not because you chose it, because fear made every choice for you. Fear of the next bill, fear of a broken car, fear of one unexpected expense collapsing everything you have built. At this level, you are not living, you are reacting. Every decision comes from pressure. Every move is defensive. Every day starts with the same question: will I make it through this week? And here is what makes level 1 so devastatingly hard to escape. Fear destroys strategic thinking. A brain under constant financial stress cannot plan. It cannot think in months. It can only think in hours, in emergencies, in whatever keeps the immediate crisis from getting worse. So you take the bad loan. You stay in the job that disrespects you. You accept terms that no one with options would ever accept. Not because you are weak, because the system is designed to keep you there. Every bad decision you make under pressure digs the hole deeper, not through catastrophic failure, through 1,000 small surrenders you never had the luxury of refusing. But here is what most people completely miss about level 1. Pain is data. Every mistake carries a lesson. Every humiliation reveals how power actually moves in the real world. Every setback shows you a crack in the system that the comfortable never get to see. The people who escape level 1 are not the smartest. They are the ones who stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, how does this system actually work? That one shift, that one question, changes everything. Level 2, the comfortable trap. You are no longer drowning. Bills get paid. There is a little breathing room, maybe a small cushion saved, maybe 1 or 2 months of security. To someone at level 1, this looks like success. It is not. This is the most dangerous level of all. Because at level 2, comfort kills ambition before it starts. You are no longer desperate enough to fight, but you are nowhere near free enough to relax. You perform wealth instead of building it. The new car, the upgraded apartment, the vacation that proves to others and to yourself that things are good. Everything looks successful, but underneath, nothing fundamental has changed. One layoff, one medical bill, one bad month. And level 1 is right there waiting to take you back. This is the modern trap that swallows decades. Comfort without control, stability without ownership, security that dissolves the moment the paycheck stops. And the cruelest part, at level 1, you are desperate enough to change. At level 2, you are not. You exist in the perfect middle zone of stagnation, too comfortable to fight, too dependent to breathe. People spend 30 years here, not because they are lazy, because comfort is one of the most powerful addictions ever created. They defend their cage and call it a home. But sometimes something shifts. A quiet question forms. What if this comfort is actually what is keeping me small? That question is the beginning of everything. Level 3, the awakening stage. For the first time, you are not just trading hours for money. You have built something, a second income, a high-value skill, a side system that runs without you watching it every minute. Whatever form it takes, it gives you something you have never truly had. Options. And options are power. You can say no, you can think in months instead of days, you can make decisions from strategy instead of desperation. That shift alone, from survival thinking to strategic thinking, is worth more than any salary increase you will ever receive. But here is where level 3 becomes its own trap. Small success whispers dangerous things. You made it, you are doing better than most, this is enough. And for many people, that whisper is where growth permanently dies. They escaped poverty, but they never built power. Moving beyond level 3 requires the one thing most people spend their lives avoiding. Risk. Not reckless risk, not gambling. The calculated willingness to risk what you have built in order to build something greater. That line is the one most people never cross. They want comfort, they want safety, they want expansion, but they fear the uncertainty that expansion requires. So they stay at level 3. Better than most, but far from free. Level 4, the leverage stage. Here the air gets thinner. Fewer people reach this level, and fewer still understand what actually changes here. At level 4, you stop earning money. You start building systems that earn money for you. This is not a small distinction. This is the entire game. Most people spend their lives exchanging time for income. 1 hour, 1 result, 1 payment. Stop working, income stops. At level 4, that equation is gone. 1 business model, producing results for years. 1 piece of content, earning while you sleep. 1 system, built correctly, generating returns you never have to re-earn. You are no longer reacting to circumstances. You are creating them. That is not just a financial shift. That is a complete identity transformation. You have moved from someone the world happens to into someone who shapes what happens. But the cost is real. To reach level 4, you had to become more disciplined than the people around you, more focused, more willing to sacrifice what is comfortable for what is powerful. You had to cut relationships that were comfortable but limiting, end partnerships that felt safe but were holding you back. People around you called it coldness, called it ambition, called it changing. It was not coldness, it was precision. And that precision, that willingness to do what is necessary when it becomes necessary, is the exact quality that separates people who talk about freedom from people who actually build it. At level 4, discipline becomes identity. Productivity replaces distraction as the default. And you finally understand something most people never do. Short-term comfort is the enemy of long-term freedom. If you can endure the discomfort, if you can tolerate the misunderstanding, if you can keep building while others are consuming, you eventually reach the final level. Level 5, the sovereign stage. This is not about money anymore. At level 5, money is a tool, a resource, a weapon. It is no longer the goal. Your resources exceed your needs by a margin so large that survival has become an irrelevant concept. You own appreciating assets, capital that compounds on its own, access to rooms and decisions and people that are completely invisible from any level below. But here is the truth that nobody prepares you for. Level 5 is not peace. It is pressure at a higher altitude. The competition changes. You are no longer competing with the average person. You are competing with other powerful people, other builders, other strategic minds who have spent decades sharpening the same skills you have. And that arena plays by completely different rules. Trust becomes the most valuable and the most dangerous resource. Who genuinely values you, who only values your position. The higher you rise, the harder that question becomes to answer. And beyond all of it, the deepest truth about level 5. The people who truly reach it eventually stop thinking about money at all. They think about legacy. What do they want to leave behind? What structure survives them? What impact continues after their name fades? Because at level 5, the final evolution of wealth stops being about what you own. It becomes about what you build that outlives you. The people who answer that question, the ones who can think in decades and generations instead of quarters and years, they do not just become wealthy. They become permanent. The closing. So now the question cannot be avoided. Which level are you actually on? Not the level you perform, not the level you present, not the version of yourself you show the world. The real level, defined by your actual freedom, your actual options, your actual control over your own time and direction. Because here is the truth at the center of all of this. The difference between every level is not talent. It is not luck. It is not the circumstances you were born into. It is hunger. The hunger to become more than what you currently are. The refusal to let comfort become the ceiling. The decision to stop accepting a life that was designed by other people's expectations and start building one that answers to your own. Every level we walked through tonight demands a price. Level 1, give up helplessness. Level 2, give up the illusion of comfort. Level 3, give up the addiction to safety. Level 4, give up the need for approval. Level 5, give up the ego that made the whole climb about you. That is why so few people reach the top. Not because the path is hidden, because the price is real. And most people decide, quietly, gradually, without ever saying it out loud, that the comfort of staying is worth more than the freedom of rising. But you are watching this video, which means some part of you has not made that decision yet. Which means the climb is still possible. Which means the only question left is the one that has always mattered most. Are you willing to pay the price? Because the next level is always available. The path always exists. Most people simply never decide to walk it. Now the decision is yours. It always was.